So a few months ago, we had a wonderful person on who just written a children's book, and she's written another book. She joined us now again this morning. Janice Blanchett joins us. Janice, how are you, ma'am?
Hello, good morning.
I got a text last night from a mutual friend of ours, a lady named Jill, and she says that you taught her two kids at Christ Church many years ago and wanted to tell you hi.
Oh, I love her. Thank you.
That is so awesome. All right, we've got a new book out. Tell us about, is it Lorelei?
It's Lorelei the Firefly, and it is a creative take on Noah's Ark. And it shows the determination and curiosity of a little firefly. And she's looking for purpose. She gets a little discouraged and is ready to give up. And she just keeps on going, and you'll have to read the story to find out what happens. But I tried to do a unique twist on familiar Bible stories while giving kids a lesson to learn at the end. And I want to remind the reader that God has a plan and a purpose for everyone, and that's the whole purpose of this book. I want them to come out of this feeling encouraged and looking for their purpose. I mean, I think I've recently found my purpose by, getting back into writing and doing this. So I'm kind of a little like Lorelei, I guess. But it's a fun book. The illustrations are incredible. I use the same illustrator, Jack Foster.
Right.
And he is amazing. I just give him creative license to do whatever he wants to do, and I'm never disappointed.
How long did it take you to write this? I told you before, I'm just mesmerized by people who write books and put things together. How long did it take you to write this?
Oh gosh. Well, I started even back when I had written The Star. So it was probably late summer, early fall I started with it. But, I wrote it, and then I would read it a million times and change it up. And, so, I mean, my poor family, I'm like, would you listen to this one more time? And they're like, no, no. So they know it by heart, and it's pretty funny, but they kind of run when they see me with my laptop up and writing. They're like, I'm going in my room.
But Janice, you're a published author, and you're spending your time writing books that help kids understand what Jesus is all about, what God has in store for them. I mean, what a beautiful use of your talent.
Yeah, that's my main objective. When I sit down to write a book, I want to offer kids a fun story, but with a great message at the end. And what I do at the very last page is I will put the chapter and verse from the Bible of where they can find this story.
Nice.
So they can go and find it. And because I want to point them to the Bible, because that's not, in this day and age, that's just not where they're being pointed to,
Right.
know?
Oh, absolutely. The other book, The Star That Lost Its Twinkle.
Mm-hmm.
How was that received? Because we had you on back in November.
Yeah.
That just came out. And you sent me the book, and thank you so much. It was beautiful. How was that received after everything, all the dust cleared?
It was very well received. My name is not a New York bestselling. I'm not a New York yet bestselling author.
Yes.
So for a first-time author, I did really well. And I expect to do even better with this one now that, I've gotten a little bit more exposure. But I'm just going to keep writing, because these books aren't going to go away. They'll be here. They'll be on Amazon. I have a brand new website that you'll have to check that out. It's very colorful, and it has an online store that.
What's the website?
It's janiceblanchett.com.
Janice Blanchett. We can. Intern's going to pop that up for you right now.
Okay.
Let me ask you, with Lorelei the Fly, you said it's kind of a take on Noah. In which way?
Well, she, without telling you too much of the whole story, she is drawn to a fire that she sees kind of off in the distance, and she hears banging like it's a hammer. And so she goes off to investigate, and she finds Noah. And, of course, he's building his ark. And so he needs her help. And so she offers her help to him. And it's just, I don't go into too much of the Noah's Ark story other than he's building an ark, and it's, because a big flood is coming.
Right. Well, I think that's good, because that way that makes the kids get kind of in the door with the story. Then they can go follow and look at the Bible verse and get the rest of it. And I think that's a beautiful thing, Janice.
Yes. That's my whole objective. It's funny, just reading some of the reviews. Sorry about the dog in the background.
No, we love dogs.
One of my favorite reviews, somebody put, "In a world full of fear and doubt, be a Lorelei."
Ooh.
And I love that. I think that sums it up. It's like, don't give up. And there's a quote in the book that it just transpired, and it was one of those things that I looked back and I'm like, wow, that's powerful. Lorelei says, "I do have a purpose. I've had it the whole time." So, she finally realized that, God made her for a purpose, and just like he's made everyone for a purpose, you just have to find it. And
that's so beautiful. Yes, you're exactly right with that. So you got the Start Losses Twinkle, Lorelei. Do you have another idea for one? I know Lorelei is just coming out, but I'm sure you've got a bunch of ideas.
Yes, I do. My next book is going to be it's going to be called The Shepherd and the Squirrel. And it's so funny because I was sitting, I work from home, a couple days a week. So I'm sitting at my front window just working, and all of a sudden this squirrel lands on my screen on my window. I mean, it is right there. And so I was like, okay, well, and the character is a squirrel, and his name is Sammy. And so I was like, okay, Sammy, you're going to have to wait your turn. Your book is coming. So be patient.
Well,
but it was funny.
Can we order the Stars Losses Twinkle off your website at janiceblanchett.com?
Yes. And I also offer like a bundle package for the Star and the Lorelei book. So if someone hasn't gotten the Star, it's still available for purchase. And it's also available on Amazon, of course.
Beautiful. Janice, we need more people like you in the world who are doing this, who are spreading the gospel in a way for our kids to devour it, which I think is beautiful. So again, Lorelei the Fly, people just go to your website and find it. If they Google on the Amazon part of that, can they find the book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All that.
Absolutely.
Janice, thank you. We're going to have you back on again soon. Keep spreading the word. Thank you for everything, and thank you for doing this with this morning.
I'll send you one of these too, Joe. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Janice.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Janice Blanchett. You can go to her website, janiceblanchett.com, and have her books. If you got kids, and they're really good. She sent me the first one, Star That Lost Its Twinkle. I read Lorelei, which is really good. She has a knack for really explaining it in a way that kids can understand, just simply beautiful, of spreading the gospel. So God bless you.